Hey guys, it's Dr. J. Spike and Kamal, streaming live from Long Island, New York. You guys have a wonderful day on the street after a wonderful Turkey Day Thursday.
Yes, we managed so hard to eat about half of it.
Really, really.
I, I had some leftovers for lunch this afternoon. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I looked at the market in the morning. I haven't looked since about 12. I bought a bunch of stuff, and I probably shouldn't have. I bought back all my Walmart. I don't know if I did the right thing. I added a drop to NVIDIA. I added a drop to what else? Microsoft. I added a little to um, Bivi. I bought some more Bivi.
You've been buying Bivi up, haven't you?
Yeah, I think it's an interesting gamble. So it's these Alzheimer's plays. If they're good, they're going to soar, and then if they're bad, they go to zero.
Yeah.
So what is it? Five
Right.
for $5. I figured I'll take a half a position, so to speak.
Makes sense.
Half my what I would normally do on a let's say on a quality stock. I'm not saying Bivi isn't quality. It might prove out to be a $20 billion company. What is it now? 200 million? I don't even know what it is. I have no idea what the market cap is on Bivi.
Okay, a sec.
It's about 200, 197.
197.
197.
I said 200 million. That was a good guess. What does Anonymous got to say about it?
Let's buy though.
What does Atlantis have to say? Mantis have to say about Anonymous?
Oh, he's got to be happy.
Yeah, it was up today, right?
It was. There you go. Okay.
You know something? It doesn't mean it diddly squat that it was enrolled fast. There's nothing else no other hope with Parkinson's. Take a shot. It's like me rolling the dice with Bivi. You know what I mean? I almost entered that trial, but my neurologist talked me out of it.
Why?
He said probably more than likely he'd be taking the trial for the goodness of mankind. In other words, it probably is not going to amount to much.
But not for the goodness of Dr. J.
Not for the goodness of Dr. J.
Gotcha.
But who knows? He don't know. Nobody knows till the results come out. And just being enrolled quickly, and being over enrolled, even doesn't matter. It's the results that count. I'm hoping for the best. Believe me, for not only because I own it, but because I own Parkinson's also. It's a double reason.
Yes. The gift that keeps on taking.
What is it? That was a phase 3 trial, so 2, 3, whatever. Maybe good enough for approval. Maybe. I'll tell you though, if it is good enough for approval, that'll go from 7 to 70 in a blink.
Yeah. Well, we've seen that. We've seen that before in its promise.
This one is giving hope to Parkinson's patients, but I'm not. Look at the stock price. Look at how it was knocked down. I'm not sure that there's much. I don't think there's many on Wall Street who have faith in this one. It would be a big surprise if it's as good as if it's really good. But I'm hoping. Hope for the best, right?
Yep. I bought Dust today. DUST.
Really?
UST,
Yeah. DUST.
dust. What is dust?
It's the opposite of gold miners.
Oh, I see.
Oh, it's okay. Interesting.
So take a look at the charts. Of course, we're on the wrong day again, but I couldn't make it tomorrow, so figured today is better than nothing.
Especially after a long hiatus.
Let's start with the little biodrex.
Oh, you don't want to start with the S&P?
Oh, okay, start with the S&P.
Might as well at least get a look at the overall market at this point.
That's fine. Well, the S&P was down 1/5 of 1%. All right. I look at SPY. This is the 1-minute chart. This is a daily chart. All right, so what do we see on the daily? We see that it's still holding that upward trend line after busting out of the downward trend that it was in. You see these two lines, they crisscross right about here. And since the crisscross, we've been having a pretty ferocious rally. Actually, it started way back down here on 10/27. Yeah, end of October till now, it hasn't really stopped, and I think we can continue to see a big move up. You know, I've been saying we bust 459, bust 460. The new highs are well within sight. I think we get that run to new highs before Santa comes. It's possible. What do you guys think? You think Santa Claus will bring us?
The momentum is in the upward. It's up and upward momentum. So yeah, I agree.
There's a very good chance finally that we'll see these new highs on SY. We have the double top to take out at 460, but we can do it. I mean, 460 is very key level. If it bumps up against that and drops significantly, that would be bad. Notice it's going to hit that 460 probably, according to this trend, on 12/7. 12/7 is the day that will live in infamy.
Yeah, you know,
But we've had many days that live in infamy since then. 9/11, for example.
yes.
I think 1/6 would be the same.
Is now.
A lot of days that live in infamy.
You know, October 7th is gonna turn out to be one also.
Yeah, I mean that one too.
Not ours, but a global one.
True.
Because we'll remember it as the beginning of the end.
So this was a significant break up here of the trend line. That break took place just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 trading days ago on 11/14. That was a very significant break of the downward trend line. And since then, we're just continuing to follow a new trend line, which looks very strong. Looks like strong support. So, I mean, at that rate, let's see that if it follows the same trend line, how long before it makes new highs? Let's see if we can see that. Just for the hell of it. 481. That would be right about here. Jan 11. I was hoping before Santa. This tells us after Santa. I'll take it though, right?
Why not?
Jan 11 it would be new highs if it followed the same path. You see? So I'll draw it in. So I mean, if it doesn't go crazy to the upside, but continues the gradual rise on the S&P, we'll hit 480 about January 10th, 11th, 9th. I don't know, around that.
Mm-hmm.
Where would we be Christmas time? Let's see. Draw in. I want to see where we are on the 24th. This would be, the 22nd would be 470. Not bad. I'll take it. I do think we're going to get that kind of movement up. Everyone is more or less convinced that it's safe to go in now. Of course, that means it's not. But temporarily, people could be right. You know what I mean? They'll be right until they're not. So people coming in now are going to get some benefit, but they've missed the big move. So according to what my thinking, we'll break 500, maybe 520 to 550, and before the deluge, sometime next year. I don't think we'll enter a severe recession, but I do think we'll get slowed growth, maybe 0 to 1% on the GDP. That's my forecast for 2024. And with 0 to 1% growth, I would say that the market is not going to be capable of a repeat performance. It'll probably go up to 550 by March and collapse during the weak months, May to November. So I think it'll conform to that, go away in May, come back in November, whatever the rhyme is.
So it may go away.
Yeah, I think that'll happen next year. So I think we could be strong for months, still. And so those getting in now are going to enjoy part of the rally, but miss the bigger part. All right, in my opinion, our opinions are strictly our own, of course, not investment advice. Check with an advisor before acting, because we don't really know. No, in fact, nobody knows when it comes to the market. Nobody knows within what's going to happen the next day, the next minute, the next hour. I don't care how many charts you have. I don't care what your track record is. Nobody knows. Period. We can take educated guesses based on the charts, based on fundamentals, but nobody knows the future. It's like forecasting the future. You have to be a gypsy. Maybe the gypsies know. Who would know? A fortune teller, maybe?
Well, we make educated guesses, basically.
Yeah,
some
that's all anybody can do. That's all anybody can do. I mean, you could have your charts, you could have your tons of fundamentals. You could even know the CEO of every. You can know the CEO personally of every Fortune 500 company, and they don't know. So if they don't know, how the hell are we going to know, right? All we can do is, in my opinion, remain bullish and remain cautious at the same time. Is that possible?
Yeah, makes sense.
That's what they call cautious optimism.
Yeah, cautious optimism. That's the way to do it. Let's look at the cues. So again, my opinion is bullish. I think we're going to test 460 and take it out. If I'm wrong and you see a collapse like back to this level, 454, then we're probably going to go down further. But I think 460 will definitely be tested. It's a double top. What you don't want is a triple top. That's what you don't want. How about the cues? Similar?
Looks that way.
Actually, the cues are on a more extended run.
Yeah, we took out this high from 719, didn't we?
Yeah.
387, yeah. So this looks even stronger than the S&P, but they both look strong. Let's draw something. Let's just see. Where can I draw a trend line? I can draw one through this. And I can draw another one this way. Try one that way. And if I do this, I don't like what I see because these ascending wedges are generally what? Bearish, right? Generally. So you could argue that this is not a good healthy pattern, but on the other hand, we took out a key level. So that, like anything else, it's just statistics. More often than not, you're going to get a pullback on a pattern like this. But maybe not for a long time, right? Maybe not until it breaks 400. Probably. The Qs have to slow up a little bit. I think the S&P might outperform the Qs in the next 6 months. I mean, they've had phenomenal runs, Apple and Amazon and so on. Maybe it's time for them to cool off and some of the
Yeah.
some of the others to catch up. And a lot of gurus are predicting that. It's not just my own thinking. The gurus are all saying rotate out of the tech names into maybe not rotate out of all the tech names. Rotate out of the Mag 7 into more stocks that have to play catch up. Maybe that's right.
Those that haven't partaken in the
Well,
drunken
yeah, that's right. Like a D dog. Let's see how D dog. The earnings on D dog tomorrow. I think.
I was even thinking an IBM still.
D dog has come way up from the lows of $80. It's 111, but hasn't taken out the high from 725. I don't know. The chart doesn't look terrible on D dog either.
No, and IBM also looks like a drunken sailor.
I think Wednesday we get CRM, don't we? I think CRM reports on Wednesday. This is a not the best looking chart, It did break the downward trend line, but I think compared to some of the other big movers, I don't think this one moved as much. I don't even know how to draw this. Something like that.
Okay.
I think on Wednesday the numbers will beat. The numbers beat. I think we take out this August. What is it? August 31st high, which would be 228. Well, that's easy to take out. How about the more significant high from July? 238. Do you think we could take that out? I do. If the numbers are strong, 238 is going to come out, and that'll be a big update for the Nasdaq. I'm hoping that happens. When did it report? Before the open or after the close? Anyone know? CRM. CRM is it's a Dow component, right?
Yeah, it's a
It's
very popular. It's a very popular product.
I've never owned it. Have you ever owned it? Never.
Yeah, no, I bought it. I made some profit on it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like the stock. I just in and out
yeah. I've never owned this one.
because like I said, there's so many companies that use it. And for a while I was afraid that they were going to find a replacement, but so far nobody's really stepped up and found a better CRM tool.
Yeah, right. Um,
So and there are a lot of companies that the employees account for their activities, specifically using the Salesforce.
I want to see blowout numbers. That would be a shot in the arm for the market on Wednesday. Not only will the Nasdaq, the Qs go up, the Nasdaq will go up, but the Dow will go up a lot. This one,
They're going to announce on the 29th after hours.
29th after hours.
Yes.
So that means Thursday we get the rally. Well, that works for Kamala. Thursday, Friday rally.
Yeah, right. I mean, they've been consistently beating.
Yeah, Kamala likes strong Thursdays. So I think the other one that's reporting that's significant is CrowdStrike. Let's take a quick look. CrowdStrike. Look at CrowdStrike. What a move. Wow, look at the bottom over here back in May, where we were around 100, 115. We doubled. This has been a sensational mover. If you don't get tremendous numbers on CrowdStrike, you're going to see a pullback. So 197, fill that gap. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to draw that in just to show you what could happen if things don't go right on earnings. I think this one's before the open on Wednesday. So Kamal, we could have a very weak Wednesday if this one fails to beat. This one has to have great numbers. Has to. Based on the graph, a chart, whatever you call it. I'm not sure I like this candlestick today. The reversal and ending red. I don't know. Not the greatest. But the whole market kind of did that, right? The whole market did that today. Started strong, ended weak. Amazon looked like it was going to have a breakout day today, but I think
Yes,
fizzled, right?
it looked. I was excited, then it kind of fizzled.
And it's having trouble breaking out of that 148 level. It did cross it intraday.
It did cross it. It went almost 149.
But we have to take out 148 on the close. Close.
It will. We're very close. Yes.
And I think it made a new yearly high today. The old yearly high was 147.70.
Correct.
So we did make a new high. Closed weak, but the whole market closed weak. I think if I'm right about the S&P making new highs, the Qs making new highs, this one will be a leader. Probably go up to about 180. Amazon. I don't know if I've said that in the past, but I think I have.
You have.
All right, so I'm looking for 180 on Amazon. I'm so overweight Amazon in my portfolio. You want to guess what percentage of my portfolio Amazon is?
I'd say it's about
It's my biggest holding.
Take a guess what my percentage is.
I'd say 15%.
What do you say, Kamal?
I would say about 15 to 20%.
26%.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh no, 24%.
Wow.
24%. Which is, everyone tells you shouldn't do that. So I'm doing it anyway. I'm a believer. The problem is if you take out the first seven weighted stocks in my portfolio make up 55% of my portfolio, and I have like 28 stocks altogether. So it's unbalanced. That's because I have a lot of junk that I don't want to go heavy on. So that's why it is the way it is. but I still want to be in the junk because that gives me a little spice. You know what I mean? We all need a little spice, don't we?
Right.
We need a little. We need a little salsa or something.
Right.
I don't know about spices. I don't eat
A little
spices.
Tabasco in the gumbo.
Salsa is caliente, right? Hot, hot, hot.
Oh,
All right. Anyway, Amazon looks good. Looks good. Microsoft. I added a little Microsoft today. Never a bad thing, right? To add a little Microsoft.
no, Microsoft is always.
Probably edited higher than where it closed, but that's okay. Yeah, I think it was up 2 when I added it. No big shakes. It's got a wonderful trend line stemming back to 8. What is that? 920? No, can't read that. 926. September was a very weak month, but the end of it started to move up again. Notice what it did. It peeled off from that trend line and went bonkers. It started to move really up beginning on 1020. So I'll draw that in. We had a nice trend line going, but what we wound up with is something pretty amazing for Microsoft. It's not that kind of mover normally. But it does look like from the curvature that we're topping right here, doesn't it? Mathematically, it looks like concave down. Is that the
Yeah.
right? Is that the right word? Concave down.
Concave.
Almost.
Concave
Yeah.
down.
So we're forming what looks like a turning. This could be a topping process for Microsoft. Could be. What else? Of course, it deserves a little pullback, I would think. If it pulls back, it probably pulls back to the 361 level before this big green candle. Or maybe not, maybe 366. I like that better. That's probably where it would pull back to. The old high, right about there, 366. That definitely looks like the place to pull back. Microsoft pulled back to 366. What else? Bivi and anvs.
Can you check Dust DUST? I bought it as a swing trade. I bought it, sold it multiple times as swing trades, not really for investments. Dust, DUST.
Oh, DUST.
I bought it at 1170 today. If you check the
You want to short gold.
6 months chart, just do the 6 months chart.
All right.
Yeah, you're not looking long term.
I'm not a big gold fan, so if you want to short gold, it's quite okay with me.
Right. So if you draw a line at like 1160 or so,
Here's my trend line for dust, and then I would complete it with a
Yeah, like a pennant, right?
straight line right there.
right.
You got to pull it.
It
So I
looks,
bought it multiple
it looks
times.
like you can expect a retest of the lows at 1163.
Which is what hit today.
So did you get out?
No, I bought it
Oh,
at
you're seeing it for a
1170.
bounce
Oh, I'm looking at a one-day chart. No, I'm looking at
This is 6 months. Six
Yeah.
months. But you see how many times it hit this line and bounced back up?
Why do you want to be short this? It looks like it's consolidating.
now. And he's not short this. He's short in gold by taking dust. And that's got it looks like in a couple of months, maybe not couple of days, but in a couple of months,
No,
you
but
got
this chart to me looks like it's bullish.
What I'm trying to say is it hit that line, the 1163, multiple times and bounces back up. So I bought it multiple times and I sold it.
But
Just
you're long dust. You're long, right?
nope. I hold it for just a few days.
Wait a second. What's your position on DUST?
I bought 1,000 shares today.
So you're long. You're long DUST.
Okay.
That means you're long. If you bought, you're long. You didn't.
I bought, but I don't hold it long term. I just hold it for a
That's
couple of
okay.
days.
You hold it until it hits this trend line at about 1287.
Right.
I'm with you on this, but I like this.
Like I said, I bought it and sold it multiple times. Every time I make like, a few $100s, $1,000.
I think you could make a point on this one.
Yeah.
Dollar. It looks okay to me. I think at some point it could break out altogether. You see it's consolidating.
Yeah.
At some point it could break out, maybe go all the way up to 1436.
Right.
This looks like a very good short-term play. As you said, you could do it 2 times or 3 times. You don't want to hold it too long.
Correct.
So I agree. I like this play. Good thinking. All right, Bivi.
I don't have any bivi. I missed the boat.
You didn't miss anything because if it goes, it's going to go. So you didn't really miss it. I'm in at about 3, but it doesn't mean you can't buy it at 5. Not saying you should, but you could. It's a free country for the time being. For the time being, it's a free country.
Yeah, for now.
For now. At least for now. I don't know what to make of this. I think you're waiting on news on this one. News on Alzheimer's, anvs, news on Parkinson's. But bivi could be this one could fly. $50, $70, $80.
What do you think of the fact that all the individual candles towards the end are like packed at the bottom? Does that bother you a little bit?
Oh, what's the question?
The candles at the end, the 3 or 4 candles at the end.
Well,
Those
the
are
whole
candles that you typically don't like.
hasn't the whole market been doing that, up early and down at the end of the day?
Okay. I thought you usually don't like those kinds of candles.
But Bivi has had remarkable. It's always doing that. It's doing that on the entire run.
Really?
Every candle practically is like you said, up early, down at the end. Almost every candle, but it continues on up. So I don't give a damn if it does that and keeps going up.
Right. Okay.
But you're right. It's not a candle like that. I don't love. You're right about that. Especially the candle that we put in Friday. I really don't like that one. That's a yucky candle.
Yeah. That's what you call yucky poo.
Yeah, that's a yucky poo. But we're waiting on news on the Alzheimer's trial.
Sure.
And if it's good, the top line results are good. It meets the endpoints, whatever. Not top line results. Meets the endpoints. All right, let's take a look at it. What's the market cap on Bivi again?
You said a couple hundred mil?
197.
197 million. And Novus is even less, right? The market cap. This has been a terrible chart, but it's come back to life lately. This is a nice candle today. The trouble is, it doesn't say anything real. This candle was the news was just an excuse to go up. not meaningful,
Right.
unfortunately. So I would expect a retest of this lower trend line before March. It could retest it at 637. I expect a pullback at this point because it's a long time till March. Let's say this would be a good spot. 678 definitely. A full pullback to that level, maybe even this level, probably lower than that. I think have another chance to buy an Ovis cheaper, probably 646. If it keeps on going, that's fine. But I think I'm going to buy some more at about either 675 or 650, something like that, in my opinion. Because I think this news was unspectacular and just an excuse to pop. All right. What else did I talk about? Microsoft we looked at. It's very toppy. Chart is very toppy. NVIDIA. Talk about a turning point. Looks like we already hit the turning point on NVIDIA. This candle here on 1120, very, very significant high, 505.48. So we turned off that high. The question is where's the bottom? We may have hit the bottom because look, this is not a bad spot for the pullback to end. Right at this high here. Look at the high from what date is that? I can't read. 10/12, October 12th, 476. That looks like pretty good support to me. What sayeth thou? It's got several touches and it's a significant turning point. It was a significant resistance before. So now it's support, right? What was resistance is now support. Say that over and over again, because it's a truthhood. We hit the support level. I would look to buy in this range, trade rather in this range. It's a 25 point trading range. That's for now.
I think Nvidia is way too high. That's my opinion. I would trim it.
Well, you're not the only one with that opinion, but and certainly if it goes below where it is now, if it goes below this low, yesterday's low, and closes below 476, I might be inclined to agree with you. It could drop all the way back to 400. It could retest the low from 1031. Hope not, but it could. I'm betting that we've hit the bottom on NVIDIA. Has to consolidate. If not, the next stop would be down here at 450. 450 is possible. Very possible.
Could you check Unity?
I just wanted to put this in 453. It would be the major support below where we are now. So 450 if you want to go short. If you want to go long, 505. 25 points either way. It's a fair bet. I take the higher, you take the lower, right?
I will not bet against you, Dr. J.
No, I mean, it's okay because you got a coin. It's either going to go 25 points. The next 25 points are significant either direction. I mean, my crystal ball is not better than yours. What are we looking at now?
Unity. I see it following the 50-day moving average, like really weird. You see the 50-day moving average?
Yeah, I see. And unfortunately, the 50 has got a downward slope.
Right. I should have sold it last week.
Yeah, well, the good news is it's right at support, I believe.
Yeah, but you see how it is like following that 50.
No, I see what you're absolutely right. It's following the 50, but it's also at support.
Right.
So you wanted to, you see how it traded above the 50, came back. You want it to close above the 50, solid
Right.
close above the 50. It'll definitely run up here to 32.90 if it does.
Mm-hmm.
That's the 200. So if it can get past the 50, it'll run to the 200. The 200 is sloping down as well, but not as severe as the 50. The Unity chart doesn't look wonderful, but it looks okay. It's at support. Like there's so many stocks right now at support, and so it could either break through support and we get a pullback, or go above resistance and we get a nice run. It could go either way, Kamal.
Yeah.
What else did I have listed? Anything?
Just a quick remark on Mara.
Oh
I
yeah, I
see
did
it
list
resistance. Yeah, resistance at the 100.
Mara was having. It looked like it was having a good day when I checked.
Yeah, you see how it's bumping against the 100.
Could go back to this high of the day, 1170, or probably the 200 around 1029.